In this video, we're going to quickly go over unit conversions. So the trick here is to cancel out the units with fractions. The information we're given is there are 6.32 times 10 to the 5 astronomical units in 1 light year and 1.5 times 10 to the 8 kilometers in 1 astronomical unit. And we want to convert light years to kilometers. So how do we go about doing this? Well, to cancel out units, one unit has to be at the top of a fraction and the other in the bottom. So first I'd write out two fractions. One to convert light years to astronomical units and another from astronomical units to kilometers. Note that I've written it in such a way that the light year and astronomical units cancel out. Since we have one of each at the top and at the bottom, they will all cancel out and we will be left with kilometers. If they're both at the top or at the bottom, they will not cancel out, so be careful about that. Now we just need to figure out what numbers go into these fractions. Each of these fractions has to be equal to 1, so the top has to be equivalent to the bottom, but just in different units. From our givens, we know that we have 6.32 times 10 to the 5 astronomical units in 1 light year. Since these two things are equivalent, if we put them in our fraction, it'll be equal to 1. So in 1 light year, there are 6.32 times 10 to the 5 astronomical units. Now we look for an equivalency between astronomical units and kilometers. We know that there are 1.50 times 10 to the 8 kilometers in 1 astronomical unit. So we can put that in our second fraction, like so. And since we know that these two things represent the same amount of distance, this fraction will also be equal to 1. Now, this is important to understand as we are not changing the distance itself, but the units it's expressed in. So we have to multiply it by fractions that are equivalent to 1, or else the distance itself will change. Okay, now we cancel off the units and plug these numbers into our calculator. And voila! There are 9.48 times 10 to the 13 kilometers in 1 light year. Woohoo!